Hello, this is Arcades, and welcome to an update video here on Stormworks Build and Rescue. And yeah, so they added something a bit nice with this with this latest update. And well, I don't exactly have it completely in show. These are the wheels affected. They added dualies, and we will see how they work here in a moment. But yeah, so we're gonna take a look at that. So hope you like what you watch. Hope you enjoy what you see. If you do, remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment. Helps out the channel immensely. And yeah, let's check this out. Okay. As I said, they gave an update day for yesterday or yesterday. I'm not sure. Anyways, I'll have the date in the video name. Yeah, so they gave us an update, and they updated the wheels. Now, as you can see, because I want to show how they work, I don't have them active right now. But they basically gave us dualies. Let's take a quick look at the notes. Okay, so we have the Dual Wheels update. Dear Stormworkers, today we release the new Dual Wheels minor update. Many wheels now have a dual option in the properties, adding a second wheel to the hub. This is useful for truck creators who want to double up on the wheels on hubs, as can be found in real-life rigs. This update also includes some useful minor fixes. Please see the patch notes below for details. And then, you know, gave us a few pictures. I like this. This is actually pretty cool. Somebody went ham with the dock. So, over the rest of the year, are we planning 4 more minor updates as well as a major update? More info in a few weeks. We are working on some larger minor updates with some exciting new components for the next year, as well as more major updates. And I will talk about something that apparently happened. I didn't get a chance to see. I saw a picture of it, but I'll go over it very briefly. Okay, dual wheels are now available, or feature 4418 dual wheels. Dual wheels are now available as a property on advanced wheel components. Fix AI helicopters no longer try to land while unloaded. I think this means when you're like out of range of them, they'll just sit there frozen. They won't try to land, which is probably why they sometimes will pop in like half in the ground or underwater because they were trying to land. Orbital emergency missions now expire. I guess this was an issue. I think I saw that in one of my previous career modes. Winch audio now stops when disconnecting a rope. Good. I know this one. It's annoying as hell. Chat triggering radio items sound effect. Huh. I don't play a lot of multi, so... network connect event ordering now allow for kicking a player in on player join. Again, I'm not familiar with the multiplayer stuff, so... dynamic objects, initial network data, fish creature ball at starter base. Huh. I guess this is another, possibly another multiplayer thing, so I don't know. But yeah, so, looks like those are the updates, and let's get into the main thing. Let's get back to the workbench. Okay. So, as far as you can tell, these are the wheels that are affected by this update for the duals. You have the 3x3, 5x5, 7x7, 9x9 wheels. These are the ones that have all the adjustable grips. I looked at a few of the other ones, and I didn't see them. Like, I know the medium wheel. Actually, here, let's go in the workshop. So, as you can see, like, I'm pretty sure, like, the landing wheels, no. I've already looked at the medium wheel. It does not. And because of that, I don't think the small wheel does. Tank treads, it would be weird if they did. And I haven't looked at the coaster. I'm just assuming not because it's, you know, various instances. So it's just these wheels right here that have the dual option. Now, what this dual option is when you go to your select properties, and you see how these light up, and you go to click on them, there is a thing called double wheel down here. Now, we go to each one. It will double those wheels up. Now, if you notice, even though I'm clicking them, you notice it doesn't actually... It does and doesn't add the second wheel. See, there's like a ghost transparency of the wheel here, but it's not like a hard thing you can click on. So yeah, it doesn't come up. So, and well, I haven't done like extensive tests because wheels really is not one of my things. I generally am of the class of I stick them on, they run, and I know some basics about them. They're not really my how they act is not one of my strong points in this game. But for the most part, I have done a little bit of testing to notice differences in behavior when using them on my G2 Optimus rig, and some things are interesting, and I have theories, personal theories about what is happening with these wheels when you click on this double option. And from what I can tell, it's definitely not just graphical. So, alright. Now let's spawn this in. So, just looking visibly, you can see here, all the wheels have been doubled up. It looks like they copy the same property as the main wheel. Because, well, I mean, the looks are obvious, they're copying and such like that. And graphically, that is. Now, however, they also don't have a physical body. So you can walk right through them. I kind of wish they did, because I would still like to see them have a physical presence to hit things, but right now as it stands, they do not. Of course, neither does the main wheels, I guess. Fair enough. I say that and then I walk right through it. But yeah, so keep in mind, yeah, there's no physical thing. So I'm sure there's like, you go to put them on the end of a turning wheel, it'll look a little odd as the thing probably clips through your wheel wells, unless you plan for it. So, all right, let's take a look at like some practical examples, at least some of the things I was testing out, and then I'll tell you what my conclusions are for what my hypothesis on what they do with these wheels. Okay, as you see here, I've spawned my G2 Optimus Prime tanker trailer. I've spent a lot of time with this truck. I know its performances pretty much like the back of my hand, so if something's going to act different, I'm going to realize it. Now, some of this is hard to quantify, and I have very few things on this that actually quantify numbers, but there's one thing I can do to actually show you at least one difference that can be quantified, and that is actually the speed. And the gearing. Now, what I'm doing, this is a control run. I'm literally just holding W, and I want you to notice like how the truck acts in each gear. So we got to 43 in the first gear. You can see the wheels are squealing right now. Stop squealing, and we're up to 88. We're going to shift to third. Wheels are slipping, but they gain traction overall, and we're up to 104 in third gear. Now, I have fourth gear, but it never stops slipping. So eventually, it just doesn't get much in terms of useful speed. But we are actually at, we'll say at 113. And that got us to here. That means first gear was about to 54, second gear was about to 88, third gear was about 108, I think it was. And then we got to 114 in fourth gear, but the wheels were constantly slipping. Now, over here, I went ahead and modified the truck for a single axle. So in other words, we're testing it as if the dually was a complete copy of the wheel. So would this act as the same as single axle. Will we get the same reaction out of this? Or is there a difference? So we're going to take this first on a quick run as a single axle with a single wheel. Alright, we're going to start in first. So we're at 41 in the first gear. Going to second gear. Still slipping. Still slipping. Maxed out at 83, but still slipping. Going to third gear. And we really can't gain any speed because the wheels are still flipping because it's too much, I guess, too much torque going through the wheels, causing them to slip, get that difference between the body and such. And here's about right where we hit the last run. The fourth gear, and yeah, nothing. We're topping out at 87 with a single axle. No dually. Now, we're going to take this back to the bench, and we're going to put the dually on these wheels. And this is a test to see if it actually can replace the output of the second axle. So is this equal to one of these? You know, if it's equal to another wheel sitting behind it. Alright. Drop to first. Away we go. Alright, we're 43 in first, and alright, going to second. We're still having slip. Okay, we have lost the slip. And we hit 87, which is where we maxed out last time. Now we're going to third gear. And we're getting into the 90. Because remember, we got all the way through third gear, we're still stuck at like 87. And it looks like we maxed out. Let's go to fourth. And no gains and still slipping. So third gear, we were still slipping the entire time. And no gains, so yeah. And here we are. Back to this part. Okay. So what this tells me is the fact that we did actually regain grip during the second gear as it was speeding up. And that differences between the vehicle. I know it has to do with something with the body of the vehicle and the tire RPS will equal out the slip. The fact that we had the extra wheel there did bring it up, but it didn't match what just having 6 single wheels on the dual axle there was doing. So it's not a 1-for-1 extra wheel. But you definitely get enhanced stats from this. And by the way, I would also like to note because some might wonder this. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, here it is. I max out the volume for this truck. Duallys definitely do not add extra strength. So those 6 wheels of Duallys do not match a suspension system or the ability to hold up to spread the weight around. Because I bring this in here, same truck. Where's it at? Where's it at? Oh, there it is. Max this out. And it's holding it just fine. So full tank on there. Thing does the Carolina squat. Full tank on here with the dual axle, just fine. So, yeah, there's no structural enhancement to those wheels. Now, what about the double axle performance as a dual wheels? So we're just going to go ahead and add dual wheels onto here. Now, technically this truck is an all-wheel drive. Aesthetically, you would want the rear wheels to be duallys. So that's where I'm going to set it. I'm going to leave the front wheels, even though it's an all-wheel drive truck, I'm leaving the front wheels regular wheels. And I'm going to leave these alone as well, because they don't have any power going through them, and really it's just grip for the trailer, which isn't an issue since we're going in a straight line. So right now, these are the only wheels I'm going to check on the performance of. Oh, yeah, one more thing. Even though I know it won't actually mess with the test that much, I'm going to empty the tank back out. So now when we ran this, it was about 54 on first gear. I believe it was 80-something for second gear. And then third gear got to 109. And then fourth gear got to 114 kilometers an hour. Dropped first. And away we go. Okay, 45. Second gear, we've already maxed out. Third gear. Not having spin issues. We're now in fourth gear. And fourth gear has lost the wheel slip, and we are doing 128, and that's the highest gear on this thing. So we're doing 128 now, well before we reached the launch pad. Whee! You can definitely see there is a markedly, there's definitely a difference in performance, as I have just, alone just from that, got an increase of speed and a loss of wheel spit because there's actually more, each wheel can handle more RPS because of the extra the extra duallys. So there is something to be said. Like so I guess what it is my theory on what is happening is when you click on it, it doesn't really add anything per se. Like with this wheel, I think this one is just it's just graphical. Visibly, what you see visibly is just graphical. And I think when you select dually, it changes the mathematics of the wheel to something favor a more distributed load, I'll just say. So you get enhanced grip and enhanced enhanced grip, and I think it might enhances its wheel slip. So it doesn't slip as badly, or that might be just a side effect from the fact that increased grip. But I'm very sure that it is actually allowing also to spread out the RPS evenly, so it's harder to get a wheel slip. And it could be a combination of the both. So, yeah, it's just a case, I believe my hypothesis, they're just basically, when you go to do that, they change the mathematics for the wheel, so it's slightly changed and makes it act like there's actually two wheels gripping, but sharing the same RPS. And yeah, and I think it's a nice welcome addition. Don't expect, super things, but they do have a little bit of a benefit for their size. So, yeah. I did also have a braking test, but I think in the end it was still just all the results were just from the fact of, it was the fact it's enhanced grip. That it was from going forward and back. It just, yeah. So, yeah. Alright, so, yeah, so we just took a look at the new Duallys. I ran a few demonstration tests, so you could see how things said. They don't add to the structural, as noted back here, with the single axle. When I filled the trailer, I think they have enhanced stats when you turn them to dually mode, and most of what you see visually is just that visual. I think they still are just a wheel, so to speak. But yeah, I think it's a really nice addition. Gives people to work aesthetically. I might have a few nitpicks, but most of it is really just that, nitpicks. It just personal preferences on the situation. Mainly have to deal with the wheels that have suspension system. But that has to deal with the framework. I really wish that was just like one block smaller on most of those, so you could actually squeeze the dualies in. Because I'm not going to have this truck with the dualies, because it just wouldn't look right. And I couldn't spawn it. Well, no, technically I could spawn it. Anyways, off track there. So yeah, I think it's a nice little addition, and it's definitely a welcome one. So they gave us a slight enhancement on performance on the wheels by checking the dually option, while also giving people the aesthetic choice they want to do for trucks and semis in the future. So, yeah. Alright, so I hope you liked what you watched. Hope you enjoyed your study. If you did, you know the deal, you know the spiel. This is Arcades, signing out. Have yourself a good day. Whee!